Hello, collective. I was drawn to pull a Celtic Cross with this deck. I usually use this deck whenever I'm doing personals and one-on-ones, and the Celtic Cross, again, is a format that I use when I'm doing personal and one-on-ones. This is not something I normally do for the collective. So obviously the universe has got a message out there for somebody that they need to hear. And that said, let's get started. I'm going to shuffle these cards up real good. I'm going to shuffle them that way, and I'm also going to do 3 shuffles this way. Make sure we get everything real nice and going here. Again, I hope you're having a wonderful day. This reading finds you when you need it. I am not one of those readers that says take what resonates and leave the rest. I am the reader that says if this resonates with you, you take it and run with it and make your decisions. If it does not resonate with you, if there is even a little slightest little part that's questionable, don't make it fit, okay? Because then this reading would not be for you. I do ask that if you like the reading, for you to please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of the above. And that said, let's get into this. All right, so on the bottom of the deck, we have the clarifier, which is the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. The cups typically represent a person who is of light skin, light colored hair, light brown hair, blonde hair. So that could be who this is about. Could be you. This could be whoever it is that's around you in your energy. All right, let's do this. All right, so the first card, which is in your situation, is the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. The challenge is the 9 of Wands. The foundation is the 5 of Swords. And we'll discuss each one of these cards as we go along, and we'll get clarifiers where needed. Your most recent past is the 5 of Cups. It looks like you might have been dealing with a little bit of heartbreak. Okay, so this is your conscious mind, which is the Tower in reverse, followed by your future, which is the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. I'm just gonna move these over. It looks like they're gonna end up being off the screen. Like I say, this is a reading the spread that I typically do with my one-on-one, my personals, not the collective. All right, so I think we'll have enough space there. All right, and then we have yourself. This is representing you. That would be the Hanged Man. This is outside forces, the environment, the people that are around you. And we have the Justice in reverse. Your hopes and fears is the Ace of Swords. And the outcome is the Magician. All right, so let's take a dive into here and see what this is about. Again, the Ace of Cups, which is the clarifier on who this reading is for, or who it is about, who it's talking about, is you typically somebody who is light or fair-skinned, as well as light or blonde or light brown hair. It doesn't, male, female, does not matter. Tarot is not gender specific. So that may be you, that may be somebody that you know, maybe somebody that's around you. So now let's take a look. Let's go back here, and we're going to look at the card here, which is your situation. The 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. It's like you're coming out of a difficult time where you've been isolated. Maybe finances have been a little bit difficult. Maybe you feel like you're being left out. Maybe you're not being included into everything that's going on around you. You're looking at it from the outside looking in. And when it's in the reverse, this suggests that the worst is over. Whatever it is that you have gone through, whatever it is that you've been dealing with, is that it is over with. And you're starting to find your sense of self. You're starting to find some clarity, recovering from whatever has put you into this situation. But the healing process is slow. The Five of Pentacles indicates it is a slow process. I mean, you see in the picture, the people they're standing around. It's almost like they're standing at a food line or something, and they're standing in line, they're waiting for something, but they realize, hey, my help is right here. It's just on the other side of this door, and I'm almost there, and I'm just being patient. I'm waiting, it's happening, and everything that is behind me, it's over. That part is done. I'm walking through this door. Everything is going to be fabulous. And then we come in here to your challenge, which is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands, you're tired. You're exhausted. You have kept your guard up. You have been left on edge. You are, I mean, like you're standing here with the one wand in your hand. The other wands are behind you. It's like you're guarding the gate. You're guarding the gate to people getting close to you or getting near you. It looks like you've fought a long battle. I mean, you've come out of this, so you've fought a long battle, and you're running on fumes, yet you're being stubborn. You're refusing to give up, even though you are mentally and physically exhausted. But perseverance, you have persevered and you have continued to keep pushing forward. So now the foundation of what has happened, the past, what has caused it, is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is basically the situation. It's what's caused the situation. This is a conflict that you were in. You were in some sort of a conflict where you might have won this battle in one sense, but at the same time you've lost the war. You've lost you came out feeling like you were on the winning end. You won. You made your point. You've stated your case, whatever it is, and you feel victory that you've won. But at the same time, that is not over. So it looks like there was some betrayal, hostility, maybe something unfair that happened to you that has left you kind of sitting, feeling kind of bitter. Excuse me. Or you're feeling bitter where, things could have worked out better, but hey, you're happy because at least you won. You made your point. You got what you needed out of it. And then down here, your most recent past is the Five of Cups. But this indicates that you've been really focusing on the loss. You've been in a state of sorrow, disappointment, or grief. And this very well, I mean, you feel like you won the battle. You've won the battle, but you didn't win the war. So you didn't overall win. You just won a little piece of it. So you're living in sorrow over what you have lost. I mean, in this picture, this woman is standing here. She's standing, it's raining. Oh, she's protecting herself from the rain with the umbrella. But she's looking at her cups that are all tipped over. They've all spilled. They're all empty. And so just kind of sitting in that, you're dwelling, you're sitting in the thoughts of what happened, how did it get to this way? And instead of seeing what you still have left, because I mean, you've got 3 cups that are tipped over, you've got 2 that are sitting here that are still upright, that may still have maybe full or half full, but you're not seeing those. You're too busy looking at these other 3 that have tipped over and that you feel all hope is lost. It's not, so focusing, you need to maybe start shifting your focus a little bit onto what you do have versus what you've lost. But this is kind of, this still is, it's all running, perfectly in line with how the reading is going. It's flowing, unfortunately, it's flowing very nicely. And then we have here your goals and your conscious mind, which is the Tower in reverse. The Tower typically means something's crumbling, something's following. Tower, it's the end, it's over with. When it's in the reverse, you're trying to avoid, it's like you're holding on, you're trying to avoid the total destruction. You're resisting change, you're wanting, you're grasping, you're still holding on to something, you're refusing to let it go, versus letting it crumble and starting all over again. I mean, the Tower in the upright is usually a pretty good card. I mean, it has a tendency to feel negative, but in reality, the Tower card, as far as I interpret it, is a good card. Because if you're running into obstacles, things that are just constantly keeping you from moving forward, the Tower, when it crumbles down, it gives you the opportunity to rebuild and build back up. When you have it in the reverse, you are not letting it, you're holding on, you're keeping it, you're holding on to it as tight as you can to avoid letting it completely fall. So you could be holding on to false hope. You could be holding on to something that really needs to crumble and be destroyed so that you can rebuild it and have a fresh new perspective and a fresh new direction. Even though you're resisting the change, it's already happening. There's not a whole lot you can do to change it. So you're holding on to chaos that needs to really fall apart. But you're afraid of any instability that may come with that fresh start. And again, we'll go back and we'll do a little bit of clarifying on here if there's still some unanswered questions in my mind, or if I'm being told that I need to look a little bit deeper. And then here we have in your future, we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And this is your near future. So this could be in the next week, in the next month. But the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, there's still some imbalance in your relationships or maybe in your finances. But this also indicates a little bit of selfishness. Maybe you feel that some things have been unfair to you, or you have a lack of resources, where you feel that that you're not getting the help that you need, but you may not be getting that help that you need because you're still holding on to this tower that you refuse to let fall. So while you're concentrating your energy and holding that tower and keeping it from falling, you're neglecting the fact that there's people over here that are willing to step forward and to help you, to guide you through the process, or to give you some sort of wisdom to be able to move on and to get your stability back. All right, now let's move over here, and here we have your this is about your being yourself. This is your approach. So the Hangman, you're at a standstill. This card indicates that your best approach to the situation is just to surrender to the delay. Look at the situation from a completely different angle. So step outside of it and look in, kind of like this, where you're outside the door, you're knocking, you know that it's there, you know that the change is there, and everything you need is on the other side of this door, but you're still standing out here. This card indicates that you, in this position, means that you need to look at things from a different angle. You may have to make some sacrifices, and at the same time, you're also going to have to be patient, because waiting, being forced to have to wait for the outcome that you desire, or for the situation to resolve itself, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. But you need to look at things from a different approach. The next card that we have here is your outside influences. So this is the environment around you, or other people that are around you that are impacting this situation. And here we have the Justice in reverse. This is where you're facing lack of accountability, or maybe there's some legal issues or something that's happening. But the people around you, the people that are around you, or the situation, whether it be a job or whatever it is that's causing all of this turmoil and chaos in your life, you're feeling that there's some sort of an imbalance. There is an imbalance here. Maybe you don't have all the answers. You don't have everything you need. With this being in reverse, that means that there's something out there that you don't know, that you haven't gone and looked for yet, because you're still kind of stuck sitting here, still holding on to this tower, trying to keep this tower from falling. So while you're doing that, you're not heeding the hangman with having to step outside and look in to see what options you have that are out there. And then we have your hopes and your fears. And in this one, this is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords, you really want a breakthrough. You really want to get through this. You're looking for the truth. You're looking for a clearer way of thinking to move forward and to cut through all the confusion and maybe even some, lies if you feel that somebody has been lying to you. You're basically, this is clarity. You are wanting a moment of complete clarity where everything makes sense and everything starts falling together. And then the outcome is the Magician. Now, you've been through some chaos here. I mean, you're dealing with chaotic moments. You've got some loss. You've been fighting a battle. You've got a lot of uncertainty, a lot of your own personal negative thoughts, negative, doubt, not negative, but doubts that things are going to work out in your favor. The Magician in the outcome, it says, it's telling me that you have the power, you have the ability to take this situation and turn it into your favor. You have all the tools that you have everything that you need to manifest a completely new beginning. So that you're going to be moving from being a victim of the circumstances to the creator of your own reality. But you have to take the initiative. You have all the tools that you need. I mean, he's got all of it. He's got the wands, he's got the swords, he's got the cups, he's got it all. He's got all the tools here. And if you don't know how to use all the tools that you have, then maybe that's what you need to do. You need to learn how to use those tools so that you can work them to your advantage, and that way you can move forward. So basically, the overall message that I'm getting here is that you've been really dealing with a lot of emotional strains, maybe some financial instability, and you really need a major shift in your perspective. You're likely dealing with some sort of a tower moment where something was sudden and something that just really came in quickly and disrupted everything in your life. And even though you've been on the defensive, you're trying to hold on to the resources that you have while navigating through all of this. And you may be holding on to the wrong things. You may be holding on to the wrong thought processes. You may be holding on to the wrong, to the wrong thought process, which is preventing you from seeing beyond the blocks and the walls and the chaos to see what's on the other side of all of this. So yes, you're on the defensive. You're exhausted, and you're trying to fix a broken situation. The key from what I'm reading here, from what I'm seeing here with the Magician, where he's sitting and the Hanged Man and stuff, is that you need to stop fighting. You need to accept the change and use your own personal power and resources to manifest a completely new beginning. I'm going to leave this right here. If you'd like a personal one-on-one with me, please look in the description. The information is there on how to contact me. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please like, share, subscribe. If you like this format, if you'd like for me to do more of this type of thing, please comment. Let me know. I can only change things if I know that you need it and want them to be changed. If you know somebody that needs to hear this, because you know what they're going through, share it with them. Let them see this message, because maybe this message was meant for you to hand it off to somebody that you know that needs to hear this if this doesn't resonate directly with you. Have a wonderful day, evening, morning, whatever time it is that you're reading this. Seeing this reading. This is a timeless reading. Peace and love.